Check this out. I've synced Google Sheets to Notion in just minutes, so any updates in Sheets syncs automatically without manual copying or complicated workflows. In this video, I'll show you how to sync Google Sheets and Notion using Whalesync. Maybe you're calculating metrics or KPIs in Google Sheets, but want to visualize and organize your data in Notion. Syncing the two means your Notion dashboards stay up to date in real time. Let's get started. Okay, so before we get started with the sync, I just want to quickly show you how I have things set up. So I'm in Notion and I just have a table here, a table view here with the KPIs. All I've done is literally just create a title called KPIs. And then in Google Sheets here, I have a marketing growth KPIs with a few different columns like metrics, value, so on and so forth. And now let's get started with Whalesync. So I'm going to create a new sync. I'm going to start with Google Sheets and I'm going to copy the browser URL here. And I'm just giving it access to my Google Sheets save. And now my second app is going to be Notion, of course. Select pages. And you'll just want to make sure that the page you want to sync into is selected here so that you allow Whalesync access. Save. Continue. And now I'm going to start with my table mappings. So sheet 1, yep. And then KPIs here. Create table mappings, create Whalesync ID column. So you do need to create this column. It just allows Whalesync to uniquely identify each record. And you'll see it just created it here. You do not want to touch this column, so you don't want to delete it. Even if there's no data in it yet, you don't want to delete it, you don't want to move it around because it may mess up your sync. So continue. And now we can see one field has already been created here. I'm going to create a new field for metric. Let me get rid of this one. Create new field, metric, because I don't want it to be named metric or name in Notion, although I can always change that after, it's not a big deal, but I'd rather just have it set up correctly from the get-go. And now the nice thing is you can just copy fields from either app, so Google Sheets or Notion. So it saves you from having to create those fields yourself or just having to, switch from tab to tab to see which fields you have set up. So category, date, owner, and value. Copy fields. Okay, so looks good. We have metric, we have category, you have date, owner, and value. So that looks good. And then you can see here I have a bidirectional sync set up or a two-way sync set up, but I think I'm just going to change this because I'm going to be inputting all the metrics and the KPIs into Google Sheets. And I only need that data from Google Sheets to sync over into Notion. I don't need a bidirectional sync for this use case. But if you do, obviously just leave it on the bidirectional sync. You can see these two arrows here. That's what that means. And you can also select it here, but then maybe with some fields you do want that bidirectional sync and with others you just want the one-way sync. So you can play around with that here. If you select this means it's syncing data over from Google Sheets. One-way sync, and then this arrow here means it's syncing data over from Notion into Google Sheets, again, one-way sync. And then you can see that there is a filter option here, so you can add a condition. So for example, if I wanted to add a condition where, I'm, actually, let me refresh this so that it shows us more fields here. There you go. So let's say I wanted to just sync over records from a specific category. I can do that here. So I can say, category contains marketing, growth, but maybe I don't need CX, for example. And this is especially helpful if you have a larger subset of data. Obviously, what I'm showing here is just sample data, so there's not much to filter out here, but when you're working with a lot of data, this can likely be very helpful, especially if there's data that you don't need in that second platform, in this case, Notion. For now, I don't need a filter, and now I'm going to just save and continue. Some tables might have conflicting data, resolve. This is usually a very easy fix. Scan records. And you can see here 10 records were found, so that's accurate. And this is especially helpful if you do have those conditions or filters set up, because you'll be able to tell if the number is way off, then maybe there's something that you need to adjust in your filter or condition setting. So this is just kind of a quick checkpoint to see if you're on the right track. And again, you'll see here how many records are going to be added or updated in Sheets, how many are going to be added or updated in Notion. Again, in this case, we're just syncing over data from Google Sheets into Notion, so this is great. And now I'm going to activate my sync. And now it's just running the initial sync, so we'll just have to wait a few moments. And as you can see, the data has synced over into Notion in this table format. And if I do want to see it in a chart format, which is a big reason why we would want to sync this data into Notion, you can create a chart view and then you can adjust to see the data how you want to see it. You could adjust the chart type. And in this case, I would be adjusting some of the value formats as well so that it reflects accurately. And since this is real-time syncing, if I go ahead and just update some of these values, then this will update in Notion as well. And you can see in Whalesync, it's always waiting for changes and listening for changes. And it tells you when the full scan will occur. And then it will promptly update that data in Notion as well. Hope you found this video helpful. Leave us a comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching and happy syncing.